Welcome everybody to the first ever Fury Live edition of In Game. I am your host Lucas Clark, and I am joined by my esteemed colleagues on this panel today. Starting off with Camden Mason, who is my broadcast partner for Fury Live, Coach Hoffman, who coached for 22 years for football, and finally Jackpot Productions, who is our in-house videographer. Jumping right in, what y'all think about what will it take for the Fury to win this game tonight, and what do you think you should see from the Fury?
Both these teams, Fountain and Malden, both walking into this game 1-1. I think the Fury need to, I would say, kind of step up on defense more than they have. They've been good at defending the run, only letting up 136 yards rushing against a D1 offered running back last week against Woodruff. But they have tended to struggle against big plays, those 20-plus, 30-plus yard plays. So I think definitely preventing that against Malden is the key to the win right there.
I think we have definitely seen a large, really upcoming from our offensive core. I think we didn't really know what was going in, especially losing Zach Madden. That chemistry between him and Sam, didn't really know what to expect. But I think we've really seen a lot come out of our wide receiver core. Starting with Ben Rui, he's stepped up a ton, but then also along with him and Aiden McDowell have just absolutely just torn runs apart, making way for Bojack, who has just completed crazy, and it's been 2 weeks. But especially against Liberty, like him and Sam just exchanged back and forth continuously. And that's only possible because we were able to get down the field with our receiver core. And then also hitting on Chance McClurk, the tight end from Southside, just transferred here. And he's just absolutely blown us out of the water. He came into a new team from, it's Southside. But I think it's definitely been, it's been a good transition. I'm excited to definitely see how we step up against Malden. First whole game of the year. We'll see how it goes.
I think we knew the offense was going to be good coming in. I think we knew defense was going to have some struggles early. But special teams has been a problem. Mm-hmm. All right? There's three phases to football. Ask any coach. Sometimes special teams gets overlooked. But the punt game, the punt blocking unit especially, struggled last week, set up 2 scores for Woodruff. We had a PAT blocked. We've been hesitant to kick deep because our coverage hasn't been great. Special teams is an area where I really think the coach is focused this week. I think we can make a big jump this week with improved special teams, and that'll make the team better overall.
Right.
Yeah, I think especially in the special teams area with the trouble with the long snapping, I think we could even see Dom Stopa go into that long snapper spot as he was planned to play linebacker and long snapper preseason. And going into the offensive spot, I feel like Ben Rui, when Jack was talking about earlier, really stepped up after BJ's injury. I mean, BJ had a great game against Liberty, but that injury will take him out. Hopefully he'll be back for region play, but he's stepping up. Those guys like Aiden and Ben are a big part of why I think we'll need to be more efficient on offense because now we don't have BJ. All right, going into players to watch, who do you think is going to have a breakout game today?
I'm looking at C.J. Thomas Anderson personally. I mean, you have Bojack obviously coming off of a 100-plus yard performance, but I think C.J. is going to be that running back, him and Aiden Burton almost, that kind of fly under the radar. I think, he had only played 3 games on varsity last season, but in those 3 games he had 25 carries for 219 yards, averaging 8.8 yards a carry. So I think Malden is going to try and focus on Bojack and kind of forget about C.J. Thomas Anderson, who is a guy that can go for some explosive plays, 4 touchdowns throughout 3 games last year.
I'm going to go to the defensive side of the ball. We have a freshman defensive lineman, Gavin Piles, played really well against Liberty making plays, but he made some mistakes too, like a lot of false starts, a lot of jumping in the neutral zone. Cleaned that up against Woodruff, but Woodruff brought a much bigger animal. Their offensive line was much better than Liberty's. He wasn't as noticeable. The better he plays, the better that defensive front plays, because we know T-Son's going to get in the backfield and make plays. So if Gavin can be on the opposite side and hold his side steady, it opens it up for everybody.
My pick's going to be Colby Flood. For definitely a lot of reasons. One, because he's playing both sides of the ball, and I just appreciate anybody who does that. But also, I think this is going to be a big season for him, just as far as we have more potential all around. And so he's getting brought out more, but it's giving him more availability and more options to play on the other side of the ball. So I think that'll be super fun, especially against Malden. But moving towards homecoming week with Lawrence, when we have more opportunities, we're like, hey, this team's not going to be as bad. Like let's try to see where we can allocate you more. And I think that'll be a cool sight to see for the rest of the season how we use him in other ways.
Colby's a player. I mean, just all around offense, defense, Colby can play.
Right.
Yeah, I think Colby definitely is due for an interception. Obviously not getting one these last 2 weeks. Dion getting that first interception against Liberty. Malden's a very pass-heavy team. I'll watch a little bit of their film. They've been passing the ball a little bit more. So I think this is definitely a chance for Colby to read a play better and get that interception. Speaking a little bit about Gavin, how he was jumping off sides a little bit. I think that him and Tison, both being big players on the defense, they both need to stay off that side. They don't need to be getting those penalties, getting those offsides. And I think one player who's not going to be doing that and playing really well is Dom Stopa. I think when you line up on that line, he's going to be knocking on those D linemen's door. He's going to kick them down, and he's going to blow up that quarterback and sack him in the backfield. I think Dom Stopa will be a huge player this game, and I'm hoping to see multiple sacks from him.
If you've been to Fury Baseball, you know Dom plays with passion.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a quick break and see what the other sports did this week and This Week in Sports.
This week in sports, girls golf went on an absolute run, defeating Wade Hampton on Tuesday and then going on to beat Wren and BHP at Southern Oaks on Thursday. Volleyball dropped 2 sets against Woodruff and Crescent at their tri-match, but JV went 2-0. Girls tennis went on to defeat Carolina in a non-region match on Wednesday, going out 7-0 in all their rounds. On Thursday night, swimming celebrated their seniors, honoring Marika Ashworth, Bryson Andrews, and Jackson McConkey. On Thursday night, JV football fell to Malden 14-6. Cross country closes out the week on Saturday with the Yellow Jacket Invitational at Greer.
It's time for this week's picks. We picked the best games around the upstate, and we're going to decide who wins these. Starting off with Hillcrest versus Greer. What are your thoughts on this game?
I coached football for 22 years, mostly around Greenville County. Greer has always been one of the powerhouses in the county. I spent some time at Hillcrest early in my career. We were not one of the powerhouses in the county back then. We did not win a game during one of my seasons there. I was coaching JV. We won, but the varsity struggled. That being said, Hillcrest turned a corner there in the mid-2010s. They've become one of the powers in the county. I think they keep that rolling. I think they take on Greer, and I think they defeat the Yellow Jackets for a big win for the Hillcrest Rams.
Man, I really don't like either of these teams. I really don't like Greer because they just beat us and took away our playoff berth.
Yeah.
So I just don't like them, period. But also, Hillcrest is our rival, and I don't really like them either. So when it comes down to this, I'm not even looking at stats at this point. I'm just going with who I like better. So I'm going to take Greer.
Okay.
Yeah, Hillcrest is coming off of that 30-21 loss to Clover in the Clover Memorial game. But Jackson Free has been a guy who definitely showed up during that game. He showed up in their week 1 game. So I think he's going to have a pretty solid game against Greer, who is coming off of a BHP loss, 42-19 in that game. They struggled defending the run, so I'm going to take the Hillcrest Rams in this one.
Yeah, I've been hearing all this talk about Jackson Free, all this talk about Hillcrest, how they can run on both the passing and rushing sides of the ball, how good they are. Greer's had some struggles the last 2 weeks, but I think going into their house, Hillcrest going in, they're not ready for it. I think Greer's going to have that momentum and the passion and the energy to take down the Rams, and I don't think Jackson Free's going to have a great game at all.
Okay.
I'm thinking Greer.
Okay.
All right, going into Wren and Powdersville, these are 2 teams that we know quite well, both being in our region 2 years ago, Wren still being our region. What are your thoughts on these 2 powerhouses in this game?
Well, honestly, I really like Wren. I like the way they play. I like kind of the way they've just showed off the last few years. It's definitely been a battle between Wren and Westside, which W I want. And then I also really like Powdersville. I love Powdersville a lot, and so I've gotten to be around that team and kind of get to see what they're doing. I really like both of these teams. Again, I say, not a huge stats guy. I really just look at which team I like better. So on this one, I'm gonna take Powdersville. Not because of anything crazy, just I want them to have a win.
Yeah, This one's a tough one for me because you look at the Hurricanes. Obviously, they beat easily 51-20. Shut out Palmetto 42-0 last week. But Powdersville is also coming off of a big 36-22 win against Abbeville. You know, Wren has a very solid run defense, but this Powdersville team relies heavily on that 3 rushing touchdowns last week. So I think it's going to be a close one, but I think the Hurricanes take it in the end.
What I like about this matchup is Wren Powdersville is what I envision us and Hillcrest becoming when we go 5A, which will eventually happen. Powdersville split off from Wren. You know, they really built a program that was a state championship contender. I love what their coaches have done. I love what their program has done. That being said, I like what Wren is doing this year. I'm not ready to pick against them because they're playing so well and they're putting up points. So Powdersville has to match them in points. I think they score a lot of points. I think Wren wins the game.
Right.
I thought about this matchup basically all day looking at the two teams 2 years ago. Wren also kicked our butts when we played them 2 years ago. Wren kicked our butts last year. But I think Powdersville being at home again, I think is going to have that home field advantage. They've been dominant over the last couple of years. I think Powdersville will get this win tonight. All right, going into Lawrence versus BHP. Lawrence coming off of consecutive losses to Clinton and Hillcrest. What are your thoughts on, can Lawrence get this get back and get a win today?
You know, I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, Lawrence got shut out 50-0 by the Clinton Red Devils last week. They're going to BHP, facing the Bears while the Bears are at home. Their offense has been struggling against a BHP team, you know, who had a very good showing against Greer. So give me the Bears in this one.
Lawrence is going to get better. Greg Porter won at Southside. He's got a state championship from Hillcrest. He did well at Greenville. They're not there. BHP is dominant. I'm taking the Bears.
Lawrence just sucks. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna get some. I might get some heat. It is what it is. I might never go shoot video at Lawrence ever. But no, consistently we've just seen Lawrence just take BTA every game. And BHP is not anywhere close to losing. So yeah, no, I'm taking the Bears. I'm decided.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Jackson here. They're going 0-3. Give me the BHP Bears. Emerald versus Woodruff. Woodruff obviously beating us last week. Can they keep that momentum up and going on the road to the Emerald Vikings? Can they get another win today?
Woodruff is a top 5 team in the state in Class 3. And they look like a top 5 team in the state in Class 3 against us. They run the ball well. They made big plays through the passing game. Their defense may not be elite, but it's solid. They made some big plays when they needed to. I don't see Emerald ready this week. Like, they've got to replace a bunch of guys from last year. Give me Woodruff.
Woodruff, I mean, hit us bad. Some of that being, you know, our fault. But it is what it is. They're coming off of a good win. Mm-hmm. They worked hard for it. They played well. And so I think them carrying that momentum into week 3 is going to help them get the win. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I'm taking Emerald. They're going to upset.
Okay. A little change there at the end.
Personally, for me, this is my game of the week. Woodruff going to Emerald. Emerald's got that home field advantage. Defeated Travelers Rest 28-7. Bo Height has been having a very solid season so far. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions throughout 2 games for him. 17 carries for 121 yards with 2 touchdowns against TR last week for the run game for Emerald. However, Woodruff is coming off of a big 40-plus point performance. Bo Height and Connor Davis, the 2 quarterbacks for these teams. Connor Davis obviously had a pretty decent showing against us last week. Bo Height's been solid all year long. I'm going to take Emerald in this one. I think it's going to be a close 1-score game, but I'm taking Emerald.
I'm going to go about and just say it. Y'all taking Emerald is crazy. Bo Height is a great quarterback. I like what he's doing with the Emerald Vikings, but he is not on the level of quarterback that we see in some of these teams have. He's a great baseball player. He's a lot better baseball player, in my opinion, than he is football player. But Aiden Gibson on Woodruff is going to run all over him. People like Key Holloway is gone for Emerald. He ran all over us last year. He was the punt returner. He was the quarterback at times. He was the running back. We weren't ready for that, but he's gone. Woodruff has a great opportunity to either screen pass it out to Aiden Gibson, have it run with Aiden Gibson, or have Connor Davis throw it out to some of their wide receivers. I think Woodruff will absolutely dominate this week.
Okay.
I think this is my matchup going into the next game. We have Teal Hannah versus Westside. Westside obviously coming off of that loss to that Alabama team. Obviously, they went 6-6 last season. That competition in Alabama was a little bit different than it is in South Carolina. Can Westside come back after that loss and get this win this week?
I mean, Westside has been and will be top 3 in the region for a hot minute. They just consistently come in and beat up everybody. But also so did TL Hannah. TL Hannah went for a 9-3 season last season, and so they're, wanting to win, and they just came off a loss. Mm-hmm. But they're going to Westside. And I think, especially like you said, with Westside getting beat by this team in Alabama, they had to go all the way to Alabama to get beat and drive back. It's a far drive. And so I think they're definitely upset and looking for some blood to take out. And with TL Hannah going to Westside, I'm gonna have to take the Rams.
Yeah, Westside did lose South Carolina commit Carter Woods. Obviously a team that made the state championship in 2024. TL Hannah also lost to James F. Burns 30-10 last week. I would expect a heavy run game from the Westside Rams as TL Hannah struggled against them, I believe, giving up over 200 yards on the ground. So that, with the added fact that TL Hannah is going to Westside to play this game, I'm going to take the Westside Rams to win.
I'm old-fashioned. This is an old-fashioned, we hate each other rivalry in Anderson 5, right? Hannah and Westside, they split schools years ago. They've been a rival ever since. TL Hannah was the top dog for 20-plus years. Westside took that from them, right? The Cutter Woods era at Westside, they became the top dog in the county. Right. Cutter's not there anymore. I think Hannah wants those bragging rights back. Even though they're going on the road, it's a young Westside team that's going to be very good. I'm going to take TL Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, this, like I was talking about with the Red Powdersville matchup, this is another game that I've been heavily thinking on. This will be a close game. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Both these teams, like you said, being powerhouses. The Cutter Woods is gone. I don't know if they're going to be able to fill that spot immediately, and I think TL Hannah is going to take that opportunity to take the Westside Rams and have them go 0-2. So I'm taking Hannah.
Okay.
Next up, we got JL Man versus the Daniel Lions. The Lions, being a very dominant team in all sports, took us down in baseball last year. Who do you think the Lions can beat the Patriots this week, or what are your thoughts on that?
JL Man coming off of a 28-0 loss against Gaffney last week. I think that personally was very morale killing for them and momentum killing. Daniel had a very good game despite the loss to Stratford, 42-26, the final score there. But I'm looking at Jace Grass, the Daniel Lions quarterback for this game. 555 yards in 2 games with 4 touchdowns. I think that is going to be the key for Daniel to win this. The pass game is going to be very evident. So I'm going to take the Daniel Lions in this one.
Daniel had an offseason that every coach dreads, right? They were in the news for all the wrong reasons. They were all over social media for all the wrong reasons. New coach there. He's already got so much to adapt to. What they like right now is they're just playing football. Mm-hmm. Right? JL Man has been on a very good run. Their coach left and went to Greenville. I think Daniel is in a better position right now. I think JL Man's going to be a good team, but I think Daniel's in a better position right now, and they just want to play football and forget about the offseason. Right. Give me Daniel.
I definitely agree with you on that front. Daniel definitely got a lot more looks recently, just because of it was the start of a new season, a new piece of change for them. JL Man has lost basically their entire receiving core over the last 2 years, especially with the loss of Keyshawn Henderson, number 3. Him being gone now, I mean, they did a lot. Yeah, and then now being 0-2 opening this season against teams that they've blown out the last few years, I think it definitely just kind of shows us, hey, we're going to have to work for this. Right. And I think, going 0-2, 3 weeks in is not enough time to fix the errors. So I'm taking Daniel.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to disagree with all 3 of y'all. Man.
Wow.
Won't be the first time you were wrong.
I know, right? Yeah. Man is in that spot. Yes, they're 0-2. Yes, Daniel's quarterback is looking really good. The Patriots, man, just have a harder region. Yes, they lost their coach, but I think they had that motivation to win a game. Yes, they're going away. Yes, they're doing all this stuff that they're not doing great, all right? But I think that motivation.
Motivation does not beat
Yes,
stats.
motivation will get them through this game. I mean, the receiving core is gone. I don't care. Give
Keyshawn
me
Henderson
man.
is gone.
I don't care. Give me man.
Jace Grass has thrown for 555 yards this season.
Give me man. Upset alert.
Okay, upset pick. I
Check,
like
check,
that.
check back next week.
Yep, we'll see on where that's
yeah,
at.
When
We'll see.
when we just clown Lucas on his picks.
Finally, it's our game. It's the home opener. It's the 2025 season. It is time for Fountain Inn versus Malden. Who do y'all got?
Fountain Inn is the better team. We have an experienced quarterback. We've been in the same system for multiple years. Fountain Inn is the better team and should win this game. They've got to start faster than they've been. It's the home opener. I think everything will be fired up for that. Fountain Inn wins this game, but I think it's going to be close early.
I think this all comes down to everybody's headspace. Like Coach said, like this is a very close matchup, but Fountain Inn does pull ahead. But I think there are some very critical issues that we have to fix going into tonight. But we've been out there all week getting ready. I think having our own environment, especially coming off being the road the first 2 weeks, is going to fire us back up and help us get there. So I'm going horns down. Give me Fountain Inn.
In the 4-4. We're in the 4-4. That's the key thing. We are home. We got to make the best of it.
You have to look at both teams here. Fountain Inn coming off a big loss against Woodruff, and Malden coming off a huge win. That's the thing, though. Fountain Inn is just a better team here. We're a better quarterback. Sam's going to rush and pass, in my opinion, for over 300 yards this week. I think their defense is just not going to be able to catch up with our run game and our pass game. I think we'll see touchdowns from Ben and Aiden. I think we'll see turnovers. I think we'll see sacks. I think Fountain Inn will absolutely dominate their home opener.
You know, I was stuck on this game for a little bit because while, Fountain Inn is the home team, while it is in the 4-4, Mauldin, I feel like, has a chance in this one. But you look at Sam Holiday, who had 364 all-purpose yards against Woodruff. You look at Bojack, who had 100-plus yards. You look at Chance McClure and Aiden McDowell, the two tight ends who have, and frankly, showed up the most for the Fountain Inn offense. So, I think with Chance, with Aiden, Sam, Bojack, CJ, Colby, I'm going to take the Fountain Inn Fury to beat Mauldin in the 4-4.
That's right. Roll Fury. Let's go. Rise up.
No, I think it's gonna be super good. It's Fury out for the student section. So everybody's coming to maroon. I have a great feeling we'll hear the Navy Rumble echo around the stadium multiple times that night. I think Malden's gonna have a good turnout. It's so close. They're gonna have a ton of people show up.
It's going to be a great Friday night atmosphere all around. Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be gorgeous. It's supposed to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited.
I'm excited for this game.
It's gonna be a good matchup.
Yeah. This first edition of Fury Live in-game. Thank y'all for being on the panel. It's time for Fountain Inn versus Malden. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Fountain Inn, South Carolina, from Fury Field here in the 4-4 for the 2025 Fountain Inn football home opener as your Fountain Inn Fury take on the Malden Mavericks. I am your commentator, Lucas Clark, today. Here is my play-by-play partner, Camden Mason, and we are more than thrilled to be live here from the 4-4 commentating this game tonight. It's going to be a huge game. Fountain Inn is currently 1-1 on the season, looking to get a huge win after their loss last week to the Woodruff Wolverines. We are ready for some Fountain Inn football back in the 4-4. If you're watching from home or at the mill, we are so happy that you're here, and we are so happy that we have a new partnership with the mill. If you're watching from the mill, thank you so much. It means a lot that these games are being shown at the mill as the captains come out to the field. Camden, what are your thoughts on this game tonight?
Yeah, man, I think this is going to be an interesting one. You know, Fountain Inn going to want to bounce back after that 40-plus point loss. Well, obviously not the margin. I believe 46-14, the final score last week against Woodruff. So Fountain Inn is going to want to bounce back, and I believe they do have a shot to do it, as the Fury are getting ready to run through the flag, run through the banner.
As our flag wavers come through, we are ready to kick things off here in the 4-4, and here they come. Your Fountain Inn Fury are ready to kick things off.
Man, you could just feel the electricity in that one once they tore through the banner. It is loud here in the 4-4. But yeah, definitely gets that fraction. So Fountain Inn coming off of a loss last week. Mauldin, however, coming off of a win 21-14 against Bowling Springs last week for Mauldin.
Yeah, that win for Malden was huge for them. Obviously, they had a 2-win season last year, 2-9, I believe, with their final record. They were very iffy the last 4 years. They went 4 seasons with winless seasons. Malden has not been a historically great program over the last 5 years. Malden having that big win last week, they can show that maybe they can be the big dogs in their division. But Fountain Inn is a tough opponent. We are the better team, in my opinion at least, and I think we can show that the Fountain Inn Fury are not to be messed with. I think tonight we show who the Fountain Inn Fury really are after that bad game against Woodruff last week.
Definitely.
Well, as your captains are out there on the field, Sam Holliday, Jacob Cotham, and Colby Flood, 3 of our Fountain Inn stars, are waiting to see what the call and kickoff thing is as they shake hands and go back to the sidelines here momentarily. With a little under 2 minutes and 30 seconds here till kickoff, Fountain Inn looking, we are waiting to see what the call is. Do we receive or do we kick off in this first half? And speaking of captains, I want to highlight some players real quick. Number 4, Sam Holliday, has been a huge player at that quarterback position all 3 years he has played. As we are set to, as the Fountain Inn Fury are set to go onto the field, it looks like we will be kicking off. Speaking of Sam Holliday, he is currently leading the team with all-purpose yards at 1,036 yards total. He is absolute dog on the field, and we continue to see that happen tonight.
I'm going to provide a little correction to Lucas. 1,036 all-purpose yards last season for Sam Holliday. Bojack also, who will be the starting running back for this game, 725 all-purpose yard.
Yeah, as the Fountain Inn Fury are ready to kick off this game, we are excited to see what this game in store, because there's been a lot of tension. There's been a lot of heat between these two teams online recently. Whoever wins this game will definitely get bragging rights as the ball is kicked off. Caleb Bazuka was a great kick there.
Keller Brzicka, solid kick, taking over as kicker. Ever since Crew Hall graduated and left this team last year, it was number 1 Evan Hruska, the linebacker, on the kick return. As here for the first time tonight, we will get to see Reddick Langston and this Malden Mavericks offense. Reddick Langston taking over the starting job as Josh Vickers, their starting quarterback last year, ended up graduating. 2 big losses for this Malden offense, Jackson Vickers and both Nehemiah Floyd, both who have graduated. I mean, Reddick Langston did have a pretty solid game, 10 for 20, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns against Bowling Springs last week. But here we go. He will take his first snap of the game. Snap from Mauldin. Fakes the handoff, and pass was intended for number 13, Tristan Nash. But however, excellent defense played there by the Fury as the pass was just off target, a little out in front of Nash's hands.
Yeah, excellent defense there by Dion Jamison, new player for the Fury. Transfer out here from, where did he transfer again, Camden?
Woodmont, I want to say?
Yeah, I believe that is correct. Woodmont has their 1 turnover so far, as he had an interception against the Liberty Red Devils week 1. Has been a very important player on our defense so far. As the ball is handed off, it will be a running play. Multiple dodge tackles. The helmet's off.
The helmet came off before the end of that play. Hey, man, that's a guy who will fight for some yards.
And there will be a flag down on the play.
I would assume something relating to the helmet.
After the flag is announced, we will be introducing our defense for 2025.
T-Son Garrett, defensive line, senior. Kyra Macbeth, D-tackle lineman, and I'm class of 2027.
Chase Lundy, linebacker, 2028. BJ Lundy, class 2027, receiver and DB.
Jack Carnes, I play linebacker, and I'm in the class of 2026.
Dominic Stopa, 2026, inside linebacker.
Aiden Burton, running back, linebacker, class of 2028.
I'm Mikhail Washington. I'm a DB, and I'm class of 2027.
Terrell Tate, DB, senior.
Kobe Floyd, DB, class 2027.
Xavier Broughton, class of 2027. I play free safety and receiver.
Snap from Langston. Langston scrambled out to the left. Look at the throw. Pass is caught. Interesting play there. Went with the play action, a forced rollout, or a design rollout, I should say, for Reddick Langston.
Yeah, I mean, nice defense there by the Fury as well. And breaking through that D line, they did a great job going through them, trying to give pressure on that quarterback. Minimize the yardage there as, oh, there's chains moving. Is there another foul on the play? It looks to be this that way, as it will be another first down. So yes, there was a flag on the Fury. Not 100% sure what they called, but that will give another set of new downs for the Mavs. Fury need to warm up on the defensive side of things. We're always very slow to start things off, and we need to be warmed up and ready to go.
Langston with the snap. Handoff, it'll be, or no, sorry, fade me out with that one. Langston looking to throw.
Oh!
Nearly picked off.
Woo. Yeah, that ball
one was very close.
That ball was way off the intended receiver. I believe that's 11 for the Mavericks.
Number 11, Tamari Shepard, the intended receiver on that play.
Colby read that ball great, just not enough time to get to that ball and get the interception. He did get a nice hand on it, though. Nice defensive play and coverage by Colby, though. Colby Flood, another big player for the Fountain of Fury, led the team in interceptions last year, has yet to get an interception this season. I think this will be the game that he does it.
Langston getting set for another snap. Kamari Cannon back there. And it will be a handoff to Cannon. Cannon finds a hole, not for much so, as that is good for a gain of 5 yards. Down at the 44.
Well, that will bring up third down, third and seven. Yes.
3 yards on the play. 3rd and 7, first third down this Malden Mavericks team is facing. we will see what head coach Andre Cook has for this Malden offense.
Lots of movement on the defense, making sure they're ready to get set.
Langston set for the snap. Motion from the wide receiver. Langston rolls out to his right again. Or sorry, his left.
Good coverage.
He's looking big.
Intercepted!
And it's picked off. Did he get 2 feet in?
They're calling it incomplete. Oh. No way.
They called it incomplete.
He definitely had a foot in. Well, they call it incomplete. It will be 4th and 7. It looks like they are bringing their kick team out. As we are swagging and surfing in the 4-4, Malden will.
Yeah, sir.
Malden is going to attempt this kick from the 31-yard line. Let's see if the Fury defense can bring pressure and block it.
Interesting that drive, Malden. A lot of design QB rollouts as the kick will be
no good. Wow.
So Malden will not capitalize on a pretty decent drive up until that last set of downs.
As Sam Holiday and the Fountain offense is heading onto the field, let's meet the 2025 Fury offense.
Sam Holiday, quarterback, 2027.
Bojack Johnson, running back, class 27.
BJ Carrington, class of 2027, wide receiver and DB.
Ben Rui, receiver, class 27.
CJ Thomas, running back, sophomore.
Colin Wilson, wide receiver, 2026. MJ Marks, offensive line, class 2026.
Jacob Coughlin, offensive line, class 2026.
As one of those players, BJ Carrington, out for this game, dealing with a knee injury, out to region play. Bojack finds a hole and takes 2 men down with him.
Man.
As that'll be good for a first down. Bojack Johnson, that kind of bruiser running back, whereas CJ Thomas Anderson, who we will most likely probably see later on, is more elusive. Bojack is kind of that guy who, you know, he'll just truck people just for the fun of it.
Yeah, Bojack coming off a big 100-yard game last week against the Woodruff Wolverines. Not enough to beat them, but amazing game by Bojack.
Yeah, Bojack, 21 carries for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Probably the bright spot. As Holiday draws back, looking to throw, looking over the middle, was looking for Ben Rui. Fountain wants a flag. They will not get it. Pass intended for Ben Rui. Sam looked middle field into double coverage. That was a risky play, but pretty good ball placement. Ben Rui just couldn't hang on to it as he was hit twice on the way down.
It looked a little like the Malden Mavericks hit the Ben a little bit early there. It very much could have been pass interference. I don't know if there was enough for the flag. Great play there by Ben to even try to jump up and make that play. A lot of efficient hustle by the Fountain offense that we've seen so far.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, they have that loss of BJ Carrington, who is the solidified wide receiver 1. Obviously, out to region play.
Oh,
Sam will keep it. Sam
he's going down the field.
Oh, big leg tackle. Man, Sam might have been gone right there if it wasn't for that low tackle. 45, Sam is down.
Yeah,
I thought BJ had it there. They faked the sweep, or sorry, not BJ, Bojack. They faked the sweep to Bojack, got me fooled definitely. But Sam Holiday kept it.
Yeah, you'll see that a lot from Sam Holiday, is those design QB keepers. Sam's one of the best, if not the best, dual threat quarterback in the state. I believe he was ranked number 2. In my opinion, he's number 1. But Sam, obviously, we're going to see a lot of those running plays. Obviously, 1,000 yards last season. I believe more of those rushing yards than there were passing yards, as Sam Holiday will take the snap. He will keep it again, finding a little bit of a gap. Short play there, only a minimal yardage there. It will be 2nd and let's see what the mark is. 2nd and 7. All right, on the the Malden 41.
Back-to-back design QB keepers. Potentially expect a Aiden McDowell or Chance McClure. Chance McClure, the 6'2", 205, I believe, tight end transfer from Southside, was used quite a bit in that loss to Woodruff last week. As Sam will take the snap, fake stand off to Bojack. Looking, Ben Rui with the catch.
Oh, Ben's
Rui's
not
still
going down.
going.
Yeah. That will be a first down for the Fury after the completion to Ben Rui. Wide open in the end. Wide open in the field. They had a nice little slant play to get himself open. No Malden defenders were anywhere near him. I think they were more focused on number 12, Jack Carnes, who is not a receiver. I think they were more focused on him on the outside of the line, and they just fooled him. Beautiful play there by the Fury. All right, new set of downs, for the Fountain and Fury.
Holiday joined by both C.J. Thomas Anderson and Bojack in the backfield. Snap from Sam. Head off to Bojack. Bojack finds a hole. Bojack's going. Bojack's carrying a man with him all the way down to the 12-yard line.
Bojack's showing that strength. I mean, he would not want to go down. They had to force him out of bounds. He would have not, if there was no out of bounds there, he would have gone all the way.
You'll notice, Lucas, I've noticed one thing. This Fountain and Fury team has been fighting for yards. We saw Bojack carry 2 men with him. Sam Holiday made some great elusive maneuvers on that play. And then, Ben Rui carrying a guy with him. Holiday with a keeper up the middle. Gets brought down. Gain of 3, I believe. We'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Yeah, Ben Rui, 3 receptions for 51 yards, and that loss against Woodruff. So wasn't used too much, but he has been used a good amount. Already 2 targets so far in this game. 6 minutes and 23 seconds remain here in the first quarter. Fountain trying to capitalize on a good Bojack run in the red zone now for the first time this game. Four wide receivers. Holiday with the snap, looking to throw. Drop back, flush out of the pocket. Holiday just forced to throw it away.
There will be a flag on the play, though. Will it be holding on the offensive line? Lot of guys being pressured by Fountain Inn. There could have been a hold there, and it looks like there will be a hold as the Fountain Inn Fury are backing up.
Very solid blitz and pressure though by the Malden Mavericks. That is one thing they have been seeming to do well this drive. It's kind of flush Sam out of the pocket, and also their pass coverage on that first play was definitely something.
Yeah, obviously with that flag on the Fury, we can't allow those things. If it was from the O-line, I could not tell if it was holding. This O-line is a very young team. They need to figure those things out, especially going into region play and only in a couple weeks.
4 wide receivers. Sam takes a snap. Drop back pressure. They have a blocker in the backfield.
Nice.
Caught by Bibri, trying to strip the ball out of his hands after the whistle was blown. Interesting there. Ben Rui, number 11, who has been the wide receiver target this drive. 3 targets so far this drive, 2 catches.
Yeah, Ben Rui is definitely our number 1 guy after BJ Currington got hurt early in the first game, earlier this season. Ben has stepped up the last couple of games. I'm excited to see what he does for the next, till we get to region play when BJ comes back.
You saw Fountain add an extra blocker there. Bojack set on a block rather than a route that time.
Oh, 5 wide receivers locked up.
5 receivers.
Yeah.
Holiday drop back. Big blitz from Mauldin. Oh, ball was a little off target.
No flag there by the official, as there was definitely some holding there. I don't know if they could say it was uncatchable, but there definitely was a lot of contact there from the I believe that is Colby Flood. Interesting no call there. Well, as it will be 4th and 7, they will send the kicking team on. Caleb Rizuka here taking it from the, I believe, the 16-yard line. So this will be a 16-yard attempt. Nice kick.
To hold the kick.
That looks to be
kick
good.
Is up, and it is good. Fountain on the board here first. 3-0 up with 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
All right, well, after the Fury strike first 3-0, it will be a Fountain Inn kickoff. Luckily, we did get that ball up and good, as the special teams for the Fountain and Fury have been very weak the last 2 weeks. 2 blocked punts, lots of misunderstandings and difficulties for the Fountain and Fury the last 2 weeks. I'm excited to see what we have fixed on the special teams unit of sides of things, and hopefully we get those things fixed and good to go. All right, well, what are your thoughts on that drive, Camden?
I think it was great. Excellent execution there by the Fury. While it didn't result in a touchdown, we did see a lot of things that have improved from last season. Ben has been getting more open in the open field, which is nice. Holiday very effective in the run game, as well as Bojack. Bojack, I feel like player of the drive that time, picking up some very good runs while just, dragging Mauldin Mavericks along with them.
As the official ruling for that field goal with a 27-yard field goal. Nice play there by Caleb Rizzo. Caleb Rizzo is actually one of our soccer players, two-sport athlete. They kind of got him. It was like, oh, you play soccer? Get you on that football team to kick our balls. And it looks great. He's been playing super well, replacing Crew Hall. So, I'm excited to see what he can do the next 2 years at that kicker spot.
As this is one of the times that I am scared for. Malden kick returner Torres Thomason, #1 in yards average on kickoff returns in the state of South Carolina, 12 nationally. Probably the best kick returner in South Carolina. However, last time it appeared to be #1 Evan Pruska who got the kick return. So we'll see who it is this time around. As kick is up, very decent kick from Rizika. It looks like it'll be Pruska taking it back. It bounces into the end zone for a touchback. That could have been very bad for the Malden Mavericks if that did stay on the field and not in the end zone. As for the second time tonight, Reddick Langston will be leading this Malden Mavericks team onto the field. You look, Tristan Nash was kind of the main guy, but I would expect to see Tamari Shepard, 5 receptions for 90 yards, 111 all-purpose yards in their win against Bowling Springs. Definitely expect to see Tamari Shepard get more involved. Tristan Nash would probably have some targets, and Kamari Cannon, who showed a lot of heart on that last drive for Malden. So interested to see what head coach Andre Cook has, as it will be a head-off for Cannon. Cannon got through a line of defenders, but will be taken down on a low tackle.
Glad to see the second attempt there by the Fury defense to get that tackle. A little bit harder, little bit annoying to see, I should say, that they break that first tackle, but glad to see the Fury easily get that second tackle for a minimal gain of yards there.
Right, Kamari Cannon has definitely been the guy so far in the backfield for Malden.
Oh, they tricked him.
Reddick Langston will take this one, but will be brought down pretty much immediately. Malden with an interesting strategy. They have been using this play action rollout. You know, it's worked 50-50. It hasn't been the best, but it also hasn't been bad. So interested to see if they will still be rocking with this or maybe try and switch it up.
Well, it is third down, third and short, a 3rd and 2 attempt on their 28. Excuse me. Fury hoping to stuff him here, and 3rd and out. As there will be flags, it looks to be false start on the Mavs. That will back it up 5 yards. Yep, false start on the Mavs. Back it up 5 yards.
Hey, look at Kamari Cannon, the sophomore running back for Malden. He's 5'5", so he's short, but that's kind of the thing that makes him so dangerous, is that he is elusive and can thread the needle like that, like we saw. However, this Fountain defense, T-Son Garrett, Lundy, this defensive line is pretty good. Pass coverage has also been above excellence so far in this one. 3rd and 7, I think, after the false start penalty. Or is it still
It'll be
3rd
3rd
and
and 6.
3rd and 6?
Yes.
Langston
he's got
finds
room.
a hole in the middle.
Will he get there?
And just drops. Can't take that tackle. I believe he did.
Yep.
So Reddick Langston scrambling, using his legs, which isn't something we really saw out of him.
Wait, did he?
In the way he supposed to, did he?
They're not moving the chains.
Nah, he did.
He did. All right, they're officially moving the chains. Malden getting a nice. Oh, they need to come measure that ball. It's short. It looks to be short.
Oh, this could be big for the Fury if they're able to get a decent punt on their side.
Oh, they're not gonna.
Oh, no.
Nope, they're not gonna.
It's first down.
Yeah, they're not gonna measure it. It looks short, but I guess they won't measure it.
Langston with the snap. Cannon with the run. Cannon spinning, juking, but eventually brought down by the Fountain Fury.
Cannon's playing super well, breaking those first tackles, but Fountain Inn is getting those second attempt tackles on Cannon. We just need to execute. Thank you, Cannon. Those first attempt tackles a lot better, so we don't let them get an extra 4 or 5 yards out of the play.
Most definitely. I mean, they've been sticking to Kamari Cannon, which I believe he is their solo running back on their roster. At least that's what's listed. Toss to Kamari Cannon. Cannon tries to make a move. Fumble. Oh, man. Malden's lucky they had that play right there. Otherwise, that could have went very bad for him. It will end up in a loss as Kamari Cannon fumbles on the tackle.
Yeah, good attempt there by the Fury to script that ball out. They do get it. Sadly, Malden does jump on top of it. It will be third down again, but it will be third and long again. Hopefully the Fury do read these plays a little bit better to stop him here. As it will be third and what's the yardage?
Another potential play action rollout. I wouldn't be surprised. Reddick Langston in the backfield with Kamari Cannon. Motion from the wide receiver to the opposite side. Flag is thrown on the play.
False start by the Mavs.
Man, penalties are killing this Malden Mavericks team this drive. They had the false start earlier on the third down, and now a false start again on a third down situation. So we'll bring up the second 3rd and 6 of the drive. 3rd and 7. My apologies. See what Reddick Langston has. Andre Cook has in his bag. 4 wide receivers, 1 running back for Langston. Drop back, look at it, throw pressure big time, and he is brought down in the backfield. Excellent play. I believe that was
15. That'll be number 15, Terrace Maddox, with that amazing sack on the quarterback. That will send the Malden punt team out with great field position for Colby back in the, all right.
The punt is away for the Malden Mavericks, high.
Oh, Colby
and
still
they
let
would
that
just
roll.
let it roll out to the 30-yard line, dead on pretty much. So for the second time this game, the Fountain Fury offense will take the field at the 30-yard line. 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Fury still up 3-0 in this one.
Fury definitely need to score points in this drive to make sure that gap between the score differences is a little bit larger. Fury would like to take command early in this game because we are very much a second half team. If we can get that first half lead by a good margin, I think the Fountain and Fury should be set for the rest of the game.
3 wide receivers, 1 running back for Holiday. Holiday will keep it out to the right, will dive good for a gain of about 4 on that play.
The O-line there making a decent little pocket for Holiday to run through. This collapses a little bit more when he starts running through it, so only 4 yards gain there, sadly. But, yep, that will be the end of the first quarter.
At the end of the first, Fountain up 3-0. They will start the second quarter, 2nd and 5 on their own 35-yard line. Yeah, you look, Sam, 2 rushing touchdowns against Liberty in their game before Woodruff, which I believe is week 0. So that week 0, 3 touchdowns. Aiden McDowell had a 45-yard reception set up by an 8-yard touchdown run by Sam in that Liberty game. That Liberty game, the offense was very solid. A 40-plus point performance. Unfortunately, not too great against Woodruff. Although there was some bright spots. You know, you talk about Chance McClure, who was the Southside transfer. Dom Stoba had a good game defensively against Woodruff. Surprisingly, not much tight end usage so far in this one. Eddie McDowell, Chance McClure, big targets last week against Woodruff. Interested to see if we will get more of that in the first half, or maybe they're saving that as kind of a second half weapon.
Interesting to see as the Fountain offense takes the field for the second quarter, excuse me. As Sam Holiday is going out with a couple receivers. More importantly, to note, Colby Flood. Colby was in and out of the offensive lineup last week in replace of Colin Wilson. It looks like Colin will sit on the sidelines a little bit more tonight, and Colby will be at that wide receiver 2 slot.
Holiday snap. Ooh, was looking for Colby Flood. Pass was short as Holiday was pressured out to his left. So I'll bring up a 3rd and 5 situation for Fountain Inn. 3rd and 5 at their own 34-yard line.
As we get some first quarter stats, Bojack Johnson rushed for 18 yards in the first quarter, and Sam Holiday rushed for 37 yards. Very efficient rushing plays by the Fountain Fury in that first quarter.
As Holiday will get set for the snap, 4 wide receivers. Holiday drop back, looking to throw.
Oh, pressure. He gets out of the pressure. Oh.
Still gets out of it, but Malden will bring him down with a sack. The pressure from the Mavericks has been very evident so far. Definitely the biggest part of this Malden defense so far in this one.
Yeah, Fountain Inn just not finding a good room to give Sam that time to throw it out. O-line very much collapsed there. Good job by Sam, though, trying to find some room to come out and get that ball out. But sadly, they just do get sacked up in that backfield, and the punt team will be on the field. Hopefully, we get a good snap here out today.
Rizika with the punt. That ball escaped pretty far.
Fair catch called by the Malden Mavericks.
Number 11, Tamari Shepard, was the punt returner, but fair catch called, will not be going anywhere. Shepard a little slow to get up, but he appears to be okay. As Reddick Langston and this Malden Mavericks team will take the field for another time in this game. First time in the second quarter. "56 seconds passed so far in this one. In the second quarter, I should say. Interested to see if the strategy will change or stay similar for the Mavericks. Langston with the snap. Handoff to, I believe that was Kamar Cannon again. Kamar Cannon's fast, and I think that's the biggest thing about him, is that speed tends to throw the Fountain defenders off. He's fast, he's quick. Definitely player of the game so far for Malden.
Yeah, him being that quick and pushing through their defense so easily is reminding what we struggled with last week with Woodruff and their star running back, Aiden Gibson. Aiden being a multiple D1 offer running back. He ran right through the Fury defense multiple times, whether it being a just straight up handoff or a screen pass out to him. They gained at least, in my opinion, 100+ yards. Gibson rushed and received for 100+ yards that game as well, just off of that alone. So Fountain needs to fix that rush defense, excuse me.
As speaking of the run game, last time these two teams met, Holiday 20 carries for 93 yards and a rushing touchdown, and then Bojack also 16 carries for 66 yards. So it appears both Holiday and Bojack off to a better start than they were last year against this Malden Mavericks team. Langston with the snap, runs into his running back, being rushed big time. Oh, he finds the wide receiver. Ooh, big pressure there. I believe 4 defenders just screaming off the edge for Reddick Langston. He does find Tamar Shepard on the sideline, who does step out. 2nd and 1 scenario.
Well,
Sorry, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Malden did a really great job there by their quarterback not fearing the pressure, finding that open receiver and getting that first down on that 2nd and 1 scenario. Just a really great job by the Malden Mavericks. Fountain needs to get that to that quarterback a little bit quicker, or that would have been a big sack.
3 wide receivers and Mr. Kamari Cannon back there for Reddick Langston. Handoff to Cannon, who is stopped immediately. Gain of about 2 will bring up 2nd and 8 for this Malden Mavericks offense.
Yeah, Fountain now looking a little bit better in this drive, stopping the Malden Mavericks run game. Really good attempt there by the defense to minimize. I believe he only gained about 1, maybe even a half a yard there.
1 yard.
1 yard.
So not much wide receiver usage or tight end usage so far. Only 1 reception by Tamar Shepard so far in this drive. As Malden has advanced over half field. Langston design rollout again.
Oh,
he's looking
open.
deep. Oh, ball was just off target.
Yeah, that ball was just really overthrown there. And Malden was a team that last year, they were a very heavy pass team. I remember them throwing a lot to their receivers. Obviously, with a new quarterback, that game is looking a lot different now. Them being a more of a run-heavy team, at least so far in this game, is to have a big difference. And I don't know if the Fury were exactly ready for that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. As Reddick Langston will get set for another snap, 3rd and 9. So a lot of yards to make up in order to prevent a punt for this Mavericks. Let's see what the play call is. 4 wide receivers, Langston drop back, looking to throw, moving around in the pocket, over the middle of the field, and that ball was overthrown. So Reddick Langston, not too great of a drive that time. A lot of overthrows, but then again, it is still early on in this game. So still chances for him to turn it around in this one.
Yeah, Langston there multiple times of just botched passes overthrown. He has yet to find a really good open receiver that's an open receiver that's a little bit covered. Obviously, he made a couple plays when he's wide open. He has yet to make at least a little bit of a covered guy. As the Malden Mavericks take the punt, it will be an all right kick. Either they decide not to, that's going to get pinned.
A really good bounce. Fountain will be pinned at the 2-yard line, their own 2-yard line. But yeah, you talk about Reddick Langston, taking over for senior quarterback Jackson Vicars, who graduated last season, which is something we touched on a little bit earlier on. He actually split snaps with Vicars the last time these two teams faced. 7 for 16, 117 yards for Langston. So he does have some experience going up against this Fountain defense, but the development and the growth over the summer makes this team a little bit more scarier on the defensive side of things. As Holiday will be taking this snap from inside his own end zone. Fountain pinned at the 1-yard line, maybe 1.5-yard line. Holiday with the snap. It'll be a handoff to Bojack, I believe, who will get a decent, about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, the Fountain and Fury being this far pinned back in their own end zone makes me a little scared, as Malden Maverick lineman sophomore Josh Evans was just named the SCFCA lineman and top performer player of the week last week over their huge win. So we got to make sure he does not make big plays on either Sam or Bojack.
So I would expect Fountain to get Sam out of his own end zone and then probably start throwing this ball a couple of times. Holiday design, quarterback keeper, will be good for about a gain of 6. We'll bring up a 3rd and short for the Fountain Fury. The first time this game that either team has started the drive inside their own
inside their own 10-yard line. Seen a lot of Bojack. CJ Thomas Anderson has had his a little bit in the backfield. Whistle was blown. Timeout called, I believe.
Sam was
or maybe a
pointing.
flag.
Sam was pointing at the defense. He thinks it will be offside. We'll see what happens here. Yep, it will be offside. Fountain Inn will gain 5 yards here. It will be an automatic first down. New set of downs for the Fury. Looking to get some big plays, maybe a passing play from Sam Holiday here, out to somebody maybe like Aiden McDowell or Ben Rui.
That's really big for Fountain Inn. You know, they still would have been pretty deep in their own side to where even if Sam scrambled out, he could have still been, you know, safetied on in a way. But this does give some breathing room for Fountain Inn. Bojack will take it, finds a gap.
Nice pickup there by Bojack. Not a first down, but he picks up a nice gain of yards on first down every single time. I like what we're seeing from Bojack Johnson. Obviously, we also have CJ Thomas Anderson. We haven't seen a lot of tonight, but Bojack has been playing really great these last couple games.
Yeah, Bojack, 100 yards on 21 carries last week against Woodruff. So, you know, he has been keeping up with the momentum. 4 wideouts for Holiday. Bojack also joining him in the backfield. They'll run it to Bojack again.
He might have picked up the first down there, but nice job by Bojack juking that first defender, making it maybe to the first down marker. Let's see where they mark it. That is, they make it might be third and inches. Yeah, they're giving it to third and basically 1. Maybe third and a couple of feet. But man, I feel like he was a little bit further than that ball placement.
You know, and maybe he was, but at the end of the day, what the ref says goes. Nonetheless, 3rd and 1 situation. Holiday will keep it. Holiday with a pretty decent run. He's had his, you know, carries, fair share of them. Not too many, you know, big rush. What's the word I'm looking for? Big rush plays. Not a single running play over 15 yards for Sam Holiday, I believe, this game. So, interesting. It feels like that's kind of what Malden studied up on the most, is that pressuring Sam and also preventing Sam from using his legs, which is probably the thing he does best. So this Mavericks defense, hey, they're playing a pretty solid game so far defending this Sam Holiday run. But Bojack will get out to the side. Man, Bojack is he's on a roll right now.
Yeah, Bojack has just been pretty dominant so far in the second quarter, just making those big plays on first downs and giving Sam that room to run on third down, because Sam is the guy that you want on 3rd and short to do a QB keeper, because he'll get it every single time.
Not a single pass so far this drive for Fountain Inn. 2nd and 4. 4 wide receivers. Holiday snap. This time will be a pass.
Nice.
He will find his wide receiver on the end. Ball came out.
Are they saying he's down?
They're saying he's down, I believe. Flag comes out. Potentially an unsportsmanlike. But we will wait and see. I believe they are calling him down, saying no fumble, and the flag was thrown. But we will have to wait and see what the refs say.
Our defense is coming out to the field. Let's see what the call is here, though.
I just know I saw waved hands in there from the ref. Do I know what it means? Absolutely not. It could mean that the play is dead, or that it was just a complete pass and his knees hit before the ball came out.
Well, it looks like our defense will be staying on the field. It looks like the ball will be backed up, though. It seems to be an official unsportsmanlike conduct there for the Malden Mavericks. Yep, it will be.
Man, so 2 fumbles so far in this game. 1 for Malden, 1 for Fountain Inn. However, unfortunately, Fountain Inn's was lost as Malden recovers. It will take over in their own territory.
Yeah, Sam's definitely going to be frustrated there. Having that awesome pass and trying to, even getting that first down, just sucks that that ball came loose, as there will be a timeout on the field. The defense will be talking a little bit about what we want to do to stop this Malden Mavericks team to make sure they don't score any points before halftime.
It's almost in a way a very similar game to how it was last year. It was a big defensive game, and it proves to be the same case as, you know, Bojack has had his runs, Holiday has had his runs. There have been passes, targets have been Rui, but ultimately Malden has been able to keep this Fountain Inn team out of the red zone for every drive other than one, and also having that punt, pinning them seemed to be like they were on a roll until unfortunately it was fumbled. So we will see what head coach Andre Cook has for the Malden Mavericks to try and capitalize on the turnover. I believe 3 wide receivers. Kamari Cannon joins Langston in the backfield.
Student section getting loud, making sure this defense is on their top-notch level to make sure the Malden Mavericks don't make a big play here. As they make a handoff here, they will get to the half-yard line? Make it to halfway to the first down?
I think so.
That will be waiting for the official spot. 2nd and 4, so they do make it halfway to the first down marker.
Interesting, Kamari Cannon, for the first time this game, actually changed it up where he was standing right before the snap and stood right next to quarterback Reddy Langston rather than behind him. So interested to see if that is an approach Malden keeps taking and how it will affect. Because Cannon's had some decent runs. It's just he's been so far back in the backfield that the yardage hasn't really gone anywhere. So it seems like Malden is trying to take a new approach and get these runs from Kamari Cannon to pay off yardage-wise on the field. As Langston will be in the pocket. Yep, there again was that Kamari Cannon moving next to him. Flag thrown on the play as Cannon goes nowhere on that run.
Yeah, good job of the Fury defense stuffing Cannon there, making sure that he does not gain a single yard. Let's see what the flag is, though. Very heavy flag game so far, yeah.
It appears to be on Malden as it will be moved back. So 1st and 20.
That will be a false start, it seems.
Malden with a 1st and very long on their own 34-yard line. Have to get across midfield to get the first down. Yes, false start on Malden.
Oh, they declined the penalty,
They did decline the penalty.
So it will be 1st and 25. Holy, that is a long way to go for those to get that fresh headed down.
Interested, I would watch a screen pass here. We got 3 wide receivers stacked up. No, it was just an interesting formation. Langston forced to take off, misses a tackle. Oh, as he is hit hard as he slides down.
Langston there getting to almost the original line of scrimmage after the multiple downs flags on the play. That will set up a 2nd down and probably around 11-ish. Wait, they're signaling for 3rd down. It should be 2nd down. Oh, they declined the penalty, so it is 3rd down. Excuse me. So that will make it 3rd and 11. Maybe 3rd and 12, actually. Sorry, excuse me.
3rd and long for the Mavericks. Motion from the wide receiver. drop back, looking to throw over the middle, and he is rocked immediately.
That was number 24, Aiden Burton, a huge player for the Fountain and Fury last week, making big defensive plays, and he was your Go Fountain Athlete of the Week this week. The Go Fountain Athletes of the Week nominees for next week will be nominated on Monday. You'll have Wednesday and next week to vote for them. I'm excited to see who gets nominated after the game tonight. Make sure you go to Go Fountain Inn for everything Fountain Inn.
I believe that was not only Aiden Burton, but also Zay Broughton, who is doubling as a defensive back and wide receiver for the Fountain Fury. So big hit by both those guys, as the punt will be up and away for Malden. Colby Flood back there to return it, and he will just let that one fall as a pretty decent bounce for Fountain. They will be at their own 30 once again.
Well, with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in this first half, Fountain definitely wants to put points up here. Only having that one field goal in the first quarter, nothing in the second quarter yet after the fumble. We just need the Fury to score some points here. It was really what they need to do. Fountain cannot go into this halftime only up by 3. That's a very comebackable game. Fountain needs, like I said, to score some points.
Here we go. Holiday, 4 wide receivers. Handoff to Bojack again, follows his lead blocker. Goes for about a gain of 2, I believe.
Correction, that is CJ as that
CJ.
handoff. Yep.
There you go, CJ Thomas Anderson, a guy who wasn't used too much. Only 2 carries last week against Woodruff, but I'll expect getting into the later half of the game to see both Bojack and CJ get a fair share of touches. Holiday, drop back, looking to throw, finds wide receivers they brought in.
Woo! Beautiful first down there for the Fountain and Fury. Sets them up in scoring position possibly. They need to get about 15 to 20 more yards to even to attempt the Caleb Rizzuka field goal.
As Zay Broughton had that fumble, I believe he was the one who had the fumble last drive, but quickly makes up for it with that one. They'll find Ben Rui at the backfield. Rui trying to spin through one. Will be stopped at the 40, I believe.
Decent first down play for Ben Rui. The clock will continue going with about a little under 2.5 minutes to play.
Found in 2-minute warning, right?
I believe they're going to attempt to get a snap off before the 2-minute warning.
Four receivers, they do get the snap off. Play action, Holiday flush to his right. Holiday looks like he was going to throw, but takes it himself. Good for first down? Yeah.
Sam Holiday looking there. No one open, really. Multiple Malden guys covering all the receivers. Sam sees that, says, screw it, I want to run out for the first down. Does that himself.
Also getting out of bounds to stop the clock. That is big.
Yeah, beautiful play there by Sam. Just well executed on all levels of the game.
4 wide receivers, 1 running back. Holiday looked for a quick second, but ultimately takes it himself up the middle.
Yeah, Malden read that QB keeper and absolutely crushed Sam there, making sure they don't get many yards out of that. That will probably be a 2nd and 9, if not a 2nd and 10. Well, with 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go, the Fountain and Fury need to find some room to make a fast play here.
Holiday with the snap, looking to throw. He'll find number 1, Chance McClure. The Southside transfer here late. Last year, did not play a snap of football, but quickly making his presence known on this Fountain and Fury team so far this season.
Yeah, good play there by the Fury, making sure to get that first down and stop the clock. And now the clock is running. That will be a screen pass out to Ben Rui. Ben Rui again.
Out to the 15-yard line. So that's 2 backfield screen passes to Ben Rui so far. They have been very effective. Ben Rui pulling out every trick in the bag, spin, juke. Who knows? Maybe we might even see a hurdle here at some point. You never really know. That's the fun part. You never really know what you're going to get with this Fountain Fury offense, as they have evolved a lot. Coach Nichols, I'm sure the playbook is deep. We've seen a lot of Sam Holiday quarterback keepers. We've seen a lot of Bojack. And now getting the passing game more involved than it has ever been in this game so far, as the second quarter is getting ready to close. A minute and 11 seconds. Fountain can kick the field goal, but I don't think they want to settle for just a field goal. They want to try and get 7 points on the board, which, granted, the touchdown plus the PAT will put them up 10-0 with a 10-point lead heading into half. 4 wideouts, which seems to be a common theme. 4 wide receivers, Bojack and Sam in the backfield. Man coverage, it appears, by Mauldin. Let's see what the play call is here. Holiday drop back, looking to throw, pressured. Low pass to Ben Rui. Do they call it completed? I believe they do. Yes, low pass hit the hands of Ben Rui before it hit the ground. So I'll bring up a 2nd and 6 off of the 4-yard pass from Holiday to Ben Rui.
Yeah, nice play there. Nice diving catch by Ben Rui to keep this drive alive. Sam will roll out.
Look at the throw. No, just forced to throw it away. Holiday designed rollout that time, I believe. Mauldin has been bringing in a lot of pressure from the right side, which has been a very common theme this game. Pressuring the quarterback, definitely the key to this Malden defense so far, and most likely the reason why Fountain has had some short plays, not too many big explosive plays so far, but let's see what they can cook up right here. Holiday drop back, looking to throw again. He'll find Ben Rui. Rui goes, touchdown, Fury! Ben Rui on the touchdown. Man, we knew something like that was coming. Ben Rui completed 2 screen passes this drive. We figured they were going to go to him again. They go him short on the out route, and great blocks there by the Fountain wide receivers to set up Ben to run in for that touchdown.
And we apologize for those technical difficulties. We forgot to put the chroma key on the touchdown graphic. That's on us.
As Rizika will get set for this extra point. If he nails this, Fountain will be up 10-0 with 51 seconds left in the second quarter. So most likely 10-0 at the half, but we'll see if Malden can do anything in 50 seconds. Kick is good, booted that by Caleb Rizika. So that brings Fury, that brings the Fountain Fury to a 10-0 lead with 51 seconds left.
Yeah, Fountain playing very efficiently on the passing ball side of things. Really good drive there for Fury. Ben Rui with his first touchdown of the season.
And there you saw the passing game get involved a lot more, which Malden did seem to struggle with defending. I feel like they were definitely, now thinking about it, that might have been the plan from Coach Nichols, is get this run game, very run game heavy the first quarter and a half or so, and then start to utilize that pass game, I believe, threw Malden off their game, which allowed the Ben Rui touchdown and why the pass game was so effective that time. Interested to see if Coach Nichols will stick to that strategy in the second half. It's all just a matter of time. Whistle is blown. Rizika running. Kick is, grounded a little bit. Throws Malden off their game. Was not ready for it, as it was number 13 Tristan Nash who returned that interesting kick, but it turned out pretty well for Rizika. Possibly the game plan there from Fountain. As Reddick Langston and his Malden Mavericks looking to get on the board with 47 seconds left in the second quarter.
Mauldin takes a snap, trying to find it, and sacks him in the backfield. Who was that? That was number 49, Tyson Garrett. A huge play for the Fountain and Fury to see if they can close the second quarter. Yes. Tyson, a big player, senior for the Fountain and Fury, missed the first quarter of the Liberty game, week 1, but making big plays here, trying to close off this first half.
As just some scores around the upstate.
We'll be at halftime.
Yes, my correction. Halftime there for the scores around. Some very interesting scores from what I'm seeing so far.
All the updates from the teams that we were showing in our pre-show. Let's see if any of us on the panel were correct and see if I was right about Jailman. Probably not, though. All right, as your Fountain and Fury defense is back on the field after the Malden timeout with 39 seconds left to go in this first half. Fury looking to build pressure at that 2nd and 17 after the big sack by Tyson Garrett.
2nd and 17. Langston, design rollout.
Pressure
looking
coming.
to run, trying to finesse himself out of the backfield.
Oh!
Pressured hard, big time. Flag is thrown. Oh! Was nearly picked, but flag did come out in the backfield.
Yeah, the flag on the backfield. I don't know if they were going to pull it for holding or they were trying to make sure he wasn't going to have a late hit on the quarterback. Dion there almost with the interception. Great defense all around by the Fountain and Fury there. Oh, all right, illegal block the back there. That will back things up for the Mavericks.
Man,
2nd and 17, yeah.
3rd and 27 now, I believe.
Dude, we might be in 2nd and Simpsonville, how far the back up right now.
No, I believe it will stay 2nd and 27, but still nonetheless 27 yards to make up for this first down. 28 seconds left as the quarter whistle's blown. Not sure what the whistle was blown for, but nonetheless, we will continue to play. 2nd and 27 for the Malden Mavericks. Langston drop back, looking to throw.
Oh,
pressured
holding,
again.
yeah.
Yeah, flag is thrown.
Get him!
He's in the backfield or end zone.
He escaped.
He gets out of it.
Wow. Great mobility there by the Malden Mavericks quarterback, just to really avoid that safety. There will be a flag. It did look holding on the Mavericks. Let's see what the call is.
Man, we all thought Reddick Langston was about to be brought down right there in the backfield, or sorry, in the end zone. But great mobility, able to evade the sack. Awaiting the flag call, most likely holding on Malden, which will back them up even more. Yep, holding on the Mavericks is the call for the flag. So I believe this will bring up a 3rd and 32 with 13 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, they have to go about halfway down the field for this first down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, 3rd and 32 on their own 13 with 13 seconds left. 2 timeouts for Malden, so they could use them if they would like. 4 wide receivers. Kamari Cannon back there. Langston looking to throw. Decent blocks by Malden.
Wide
as
open
he will
there,
just
yeah.
check it down to Tristan Nash. Nash is going.
He's going to get it. Oh, he's not.
Big low block. Oh, or sorry, low tackle. Oh, I thought someone was slow to get up right there.
Well, that will be the half-time buzzer. Your Fountain and Fury 10. Your Malden Mavericks 0. As scores from the upstate are coming here from me and Camden.
Newberry up 20-6 against Clinton. River Bluff up 7-0 against Nation Ford. Mountain View Prep up 21-0 St. Joe's. These scores are all in the 2nd quarter for anyone wondering, unless stated otherwise. Hillcrest up Greer 13-3 in the 2nd.
Powdersville is struggling against Ren, one of those teams or games that we looked at earlier. Powdersville is currently down 7-14. Ren, honestly, looking a little more dominant. You all might have been right about that pick. Somerville up 14-0 against Berkeley. Wade Hampton tied was easily 7-7. That is really the battle of the trash cans right that game.
Wow.
BHP is up at Lawrence 21-3. Lawrence looking to maybe go 0-3 to start their season.
Let's see. Emerald up 22-0 on
Emerald's
Woodruff.
beating Woodruff?
I told you. Wait, we're checking the box score on this one to see if anything's happening. 15 points in the first quarter, 7 points in the second quarter for Emerald. Man.
Aiden Gibson, what are you doing, man?
Man, that's interesting. That is probably, I told you, man.
Wow. All right, well, maybe you were right, Camden. Irmo is currently up Butler 21-0.
Greenwood up 17-14 on Dorman.
That is a powerhouse match.
Yeah.
That one should have been on in-game.
Palmetto Travelers Rest scoreless. Thank you. Palmetto and Travelers Rest scoreless. Union County up 14-0 to York. Boiling Springs up 28-0 Chapman. Let's see.
Wow, just a lot of upsets incoming from South Carolina. Tijuana up 14-13. That is a powerhouse match. We will keep you updated.
That's a close one right there. That's interesting. Tijuana number 18 against Westside number 9. I believe that is state. Oh my goodness.
I told you Jailman is currently beating Daniel 21-8. Y'all thought I was crazy.
Whoa, what's happening here? Hold on, you're getting live reactions right now because we are finding out about this stuff. Same time you guys are. I don't know, there's been no box score, no nothing. Man, what is going on? This is a very interesting night of South Carolina high school football. We've had Emerald is up 22-0, I believe, against. Oh wait, the score has appeared to have been fixed. Daniel is up 24-0.
Okay, maybe I was.
I don't know what happened, but the score is fixed. The Daniel Lions are up 25-0 against Jailman.
Liberty looks to be winning a game for once, up 28-10 against Pickens.
Let's see. Hillnet Island up 29-14 against Aiken. Let's see. Stratford up 28-0 against Fort Dorchester.
And that is all of the updates that we have for you from the South Carolina high school games right now. We will be back for the second half of Fountain and Fury football action.
And we've also had all the captains and the peers. The band is under the direction of Joshua Tibbs. The color guard instructors Natalie Banzer and William Garcia. Percussion instructors Matthew Garner and Levi Cutterman. And wind instructors Levi Cavendish in Colorado. The band leadership includes drum major Matthew